Welcome back to Marketing Champions here on Daily Ad Brief. I'm Howard Walpuff, your host. Again, we're talking about marketing with marketing experts from around the country. Today, we're in St. Louis Park, Minnesota with Ulli Appelbaum from First the Trousers, Then the Shoes Inc. And Ulli, welcome to our conversation today.
Thank you, Howard. Very pleased to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's our pleasure. I'm very excited to learn a lot more about you. So why don't we start with how you got started within the marketing industry?
It really started very simply with my interest in human beings and people, basically what people do, what makes them tick, how they make decisions, and these kind of things. And early in my student life, I discovered this book, very cliche, Positioning, the Battle for Your Mind by Jordan Rees, and was fascinated by this concept and decided to explore different venues and realized very quickly that the best way to spend most of my time thinking about these kind of things would be in account planning at advertising agencies, first in Europe and for the last 20 years in the US.
Well, you definitely have an incredible resume of experience with the agencies that you did work for here in the United States, and
Thank you.
obviously before that. Uh, and you start off on your own agency, and you have a very strong focus on branding, and you really have created a lot to help companies really understand and develop their branding. So, what struck you about branding?
So branding in my case is, as the name of the company says, first the trousers, then the shoes. I really focus on the strategy of branding. So it's not about the execution, it's not about design, it's not about communication. It's really about helping companies define what is it they should stand for to appeal to a specific segment of the consumer base. And my approach is really based on the idea of identifying and capturing desired brand associations that an offering, that a brand, a product, a service wants to stand for in the future. And part of that is also includes obviously, identifying what are the core, most valuable consumer segments to go after with a specific brand. And it's just the passion that evolved over the last 20 years, and that now I have the opportunity to live out, so to say, in the context of my own business. So life is good, and it's a perfect combination for me.
Well, it's always great to find that right niche for yourself as well as for your clients, and makes life a whole lot better on a daily basis. And what kind of conversations are you having when you're first speaking to a company about their brand and how to really refocus and strengthen their branding itself?
It really depends on the client, but generally it's all about clarifying, providing clarity, right? Companies and the different stakeholders within companies usually have very clear ideas on what they think the brand stands for based on anecdotal feedback, based on the experience and the conversation they have with the customers. So in our case, it's really about helping them clarify and simplify what they think the brand should stand for. And simplify simply means also, you cannot, if you build a brand and have a limited budget, you cannot try to, build 30 associations with your brand from the get-go. You're lucky if a consumer will remember you for one or two, or maybe at the most three elements. And we help them literally crystallize those three elements through research, through consumer validation, through internal workshops, and through this type of different methodologies.
And having that support, having that someone to help them with this research, with this information, really can strengthen what they've built and give them that right branding message that alone they probably were not even close to setting what they eventually could actually be.
Absolutely, or wouldn't be able to agree upon internally within the organization, and that's where consumer research comes into play, obviously, so that we're able to tell them, your key consumer segments, the one where you think you're going to grow the fastest and the most. This is really what resonates with them. This is what you need to associate yourself with to be able to stand out and to be able to appeal to them and be relevant to them.
Well, you obviously bring a wealth of knowledge to this, and I'm sure many other topics. So we're really glad that you came to join us to talk about branding
Thank you.
today, and thank you so much for coming in and sharing this great knowledge you have.
No, thank you for having me. Really pleased. I appreciate that.
And thank you all for joining us as well. Having the right brand message is incredibly important. A lot of companies go out there and just start to open the doors and put up a logo and a sign and think that's it, that's all they need, and it's far from the truth. Having great experts out there like Ulli can really help define who you are to what your audience is and help them find you a whole lot better and answer the questions a lot faster. So there's a lot more information here on dailyadbrief.com, so please check that out. But go out, have a great rest of today, and we'll see you next time on Marketing Champions.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.